Hi there, this is Sean from REP4 Technologies, just doing a quick tutorial video on how to check your hard drive space. But just briefly, first I'm going to go over why it's important to know how much hard drive space you have on your computer. Firstly, and probably the most common reason to know how much hard drive space you have is because programs take up hard drive space on your computer, and if you want to install something on your computer, you need to have enough hard drive space in order to install that program. If you don't have enough hard drive space, you won't be able to install it. It's as simple as that. So you really need to know how much hard drive space you have for that. The second thing is pictures, videos, music, save files, anything really that you use every day takes up space on your hard drive. Not just program installs, but just save files from program installs, Word files, documents, spreadsheets. That all takes up space. And even though the amount of space each individual file takes up is relatively small, over time they can actually grow to be quite large in terms of the entire group of files that you have on your computer. Third reason you want to know how much hard drive space you have is because, simply put, if you don't have a little bit of free space on your hard drive, your computer can't run smoothly and quickly. Your computer tends to use a little bit of free space on the hard drive to help itself process tasks quicker and easier and more efficiently. And if you get right down to it and fill up your hard drive completely full, you'll end up with all kinds of errors and other things, and that'll be very, very frustrating for you. And it's kind of hard to fix a computer at that point. So you want to avoid that scenario at all costs. So now on to checking the actual hard drive space. In Windows 7 and in Windows Vista, the Start menu down here looks like a little Windows icon. In Windows XP it actually says Start. In earlier versions of Windows it says Start. But this is the Start button essentially here for newer versions of Windows. So you're just going to want to left click on this, and then you're going to want to go up to the Computer button here, also called My Computer in earlier versions of Windows, and it might also be called My Computer on your desktop. So if you're familiar with the My Computer shortcut icon, you can always go to that as well. But for all intents and purposes, you just go to the Start menu and go to Computer and click on that. Now here it shows you basically all the drives and all the locations that your computer has access to. Down here you have the network locations, which we can ignore for now. Up here you have the devices with removable storage, and this can include flash drives, external hard drives, any sort of optical media, so Blu-ray, DVD, CD, anything like that. And you can actually check the free space you have on external hard drives and flash drives pretty much the exact same way that I'm going to show you how to check it on your average internal hard drive here. So this top section here is where it shows all the internal hard drives in your computer. This computer that I'm on only has one. The OS drive, or the C drive, that's where the operating system is installed. If you have multiple internal hard drives, they'll all show up in this section here. Windows 7 rather, it's pretty much a no-brainer figuring out how much hard drive space you have, because it tells you right here underneath the drive. 405 gigabytes free of 449 gigabytes total. So that's the total size of the drive, and that's how much free space we have. In various earlier versions of Windows, it may or may not say that. I can't really recall off the top of my head. So if you're trying to check that manually, what you're going to need to do is right-click on the drive you want to check, and you're going to want to go down to Properties, and then there you go. It's pretty simple. It's right in front of you. The amount of used space here, so 44.4 gigabytes used space, and we have 405 gigabytes free space left. And then there's a little pie chart down here at the bottom to illustrate that for you if you're more of a visual person. So you can go ahead and click OK, and that's about all there is to it. So just remember to constantly monitor how much hard drive space you have, and make sure that you always have at least enough free space to install that new program you're getting, or just that extra little free space to make sure your computer can run properly. Thanks very much for watching, and this is Sean from REP4 Technologies. Have a good day.